All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kwadash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short lesson on how alone the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I'm not really sure what I want to title the video yet. Lord will, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Lord willing, two great kings, great powers. Give me a title for the video. But Lord Will's brothers can see on the screen. I had this article here from the Wall Street Journal, and it's pretty much going into how how depressed the people in America are, how upset they are with how things are going right now. So again, this article comes from the Wall Street Journal, and it says, why is everyone so unhappy at work right now? And you see it, you go to a grocery store, you might go to a restaurant or whatever. It seems like people have a bad attitude, or just at work, when you go to your job, it just seems like people have a bad attitude about things. And especially in these times right now, people just, can't make it. I just saw a video, I was watching a video last night of this one chick. She's a teacher. She's a teacher or whatever. And she said basically she can't afford to live in America anymore. All right. And that's the truth. Majority of people that live in America right now can't even afford to live here because of the outrageous, because of inflation, outrageous gas prices, outrageous food prices, outrageous rent, outrageous car notes, insurance, what have you, or whatever. All right, people can't afford to live here, and there's a number of reasons why people hate their job, but especially in these times, the main reason is because people just ain't making ends meet at these jobs. And again, it could be because people have certain degrees or whatever, and the job they're working don't match that degree that they went to school for. They might have went to that degree for some higher paying job, but they ended up at a warehouse or ended up at you know, picking up telephones or whatever. They might have ended up doing something like that. All right, when they really don't want to, they really had their heart set on something else, but they can't get that job. Either that job don't exist or that they won't hire them. All right. But yeah, this is another sign to show that people in Babylon are super unhappy. All right. So it says U.S. employees are more dissatisfied than they were in the thick of the pandemic. It says Americans, by measure, are unhappier at work than they have been in years, despite wage increases, which is a lie. There hasn't. The main reason, again, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but like I just mentioned, Salakia, one of the main reasons why people are so upset is because their wages ain't keeping up with inflation. All right, brother seen, which I mentioned through plenty of videos lately, that there's a little series or whatever, a little trend going on TikTok with people getting on there complaining about inflation. They can't pay this, they can't pay that, all over the place. So that's a lie. Again, this is the Wall Street Journal, so you have to take half of what they say with this with a grain of salt. There hasn't been any wage increases, man. That's why you see people on strike. Everybody's going on strike right now. All right. And they're demanding higher wages and things like that. So that's a lie. It says more paid time off and greater control over where they work. Yeah, people don't want to. Nobody wants to work at a. People really don't have control over where they want to work. A lot of times, again, they might try to get this other job, but the job won't hire them. So, you got to, again, this is the mainstream, so you got to take this with a grain of salt. It says the number of U.S. workers who say they are angry, stressed, and disengaged is climbing, according to the Gallup 2023 Workplace Report. Meanwhile, a Bamboo HR analyst of data for more than 570,000 workers showed just how satisfied scores have fallen to their lowest point since early 2020, after a 10% drop this year alone. And another reason why, because when they're giving out, all this welfare, these checks and all that, people in Babylon just got, lazy. They just didn't want to go to work, didn't want to deal with the stress of getting up, paying for gas, driving to work. You just stay home and get paid, or work from home. That's what a lot of people would rather do instead of going in there having to deal with people. So another reason why people got a taste of the of so-called, which ain't really a good life, but just less stress. People got less stress, had less stressful times during the heat of the pandemic. But now they're having to go back in and stuff, and that's why you get all this bullshit, these bullshit terms like anxiety, and which is really just stress. People just mad because for whatever reason. It says in interviews with workers around the country, it is clear that unhappiness is part of rethinking of the work life that began in 2020. The sources of workers discounted range from inflation, which is easier, much of the recent pay gains to still unsettled nature of the workplace. People chafe against being micromanaged back to micromanaged back to offices, yet they also find isolation aspects of hybrids and remote workers. A cool job market, especially in the white collar roles, is leaving many professors feeling stuck. Companies have largely moved on from pandemic operated mode, cutting costs and renewing a focus on productivity. The discount with the workers have managed frustrated, and the disconnection selected with workers has managers frustrated, and no quick fix seems to be at hand. Those in charge said that they have given staff more money, flexible, and support, only to come up short, which is a lie. Even if they are raising their pay, it's not enough. Even if they are giving them a so-called wage increase, it's not enough. Because again, it ain't keeping up with inflation. You can get somebody a dollar raise, a $2 raise, but it don't do no good if their rent's $1,400 to $1,200 and their car knows $400, $500, $600, $700, or their wage increase go to $20 or whatever. All right, that don't do them no good. They're still going to be behind. They're still not making enough, and that's why a lot of people just walking out of these jobs too, or going on strike. It says the experience of workers will, like Leesman suggested, how to expect expectations have shifted from just a few years ago to Lehman's 38-year-old said she Lehman's 38-year-old said she soured a no I'm trying to pronounce that word job after God damn it. Salaki brothers. That's all I need to read. Satan, man. She devil herself. Salaki. I have to get some precepts to the phone die out. But yeah, man, people at the end of the day, people really don't want to work anyway. All right, especially in these times. Matter of fact, one of the curses, let's get that real quick, that the Lord brought on Adam, especially the hard people, because we ain't, like we mentioned yesterday at camp, I was camping with the brothers in Valdosta yesterday, all people ain't supposed to be working anyway. We ain't supposed to be working for nobody, except the Most High. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right. Where is that? Salakia. Third chapter. Okay, yeah. This is Genesis chapter 3. Salakia, brothers. All right, this is Genesis chapter 3, verse 17. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of the which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of, cursed is the ground for thy sake, and sorrow shalt thou eat of all thy days of thy life. Right, and it's sorrowful to have to get up and go to work, and basically to work for your food. All right. Verse 18. Thorns also and threats shall bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field, and in the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat thy bread. Meaning what? You have to work for your food. All right. We would have to work for our food now, which is depressing. All right. Again, especially in these times, especially if you got to work, you have to work, and you won't even get enough to eat. All right. Till thou return into the ground, for out of it was thou taken from the dust. Thou art unto the dust shalt thou return. Right? Because in the past, the Lord would just give us everything we need, but now, we have to work for it now. All right. Now we have to work for it. All right, which is a curse in itself. Let's get this. It's Proverbs, and we have to go to the devil for these things, our arch enemy for these things, which make it worse. All right. Even Edomites, which they oppress their own people. All right, and stick them. They have to work for their food too. All right. Um, so they're Esau just oppressing everybody, man. The elites of Edom are just oppressing everybody. It's Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, right? And the people are in mourning. And this is more proof with this article right here. If it'll pop back up. All right, I don't want to pop back up. But like that article I just read, there's more proof people are in mourning. All right, people are fed up. And again, eventually, what's going to happen, people are going to take to the streets and show just how angry they are. And there ain't going to be no more peaceful protests. All right, that's going to cease to exist. It's 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 12. And at the same time shall men hope, but none shall obtain. And they shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper. Right? They shall labor, but their ways should not prosper. So people working like crazy, working these jobs, 1, 2, 3 jobs, 4, however many they're working, and they still ain't prospering. All right. Why? Because we're in the time of this place going down. Especially for us Israelites. This ain't, the scriptures say, arise ye and depart, for this ain't our rest. This place ain't our rest. All right. So we ain't supposed to be, you know, trying to make America great again. Go to work. Don't get plain just happy you got to work. You got a job or whatever. Which, we do, thank the Most High for that, because the Most High set it up where we can get our daily bread. Bless us where we can get our daily bread, but which He gives us anyway. But which He gives us. But we don't want to work, man. Why would you want to work, especially again for your enemy? All right. So again, this is just more proof that the people in Babylon are sad, oppressed, depressed, Slakia. All right. It's only going to get worse, and soon people are going to get fed up, start taking to the streets, and crime is going to go through the roof, which it already is. All right. Because people don't. It makes no sense to keep working. If you can't pay anything, you can't eat. You going to work and you can't buy food. What are you going to work for? All right. That's what people are going to come to the conclusion to. Going to come to that conclusion. Salakia. Why am I getting up going to work, punching a clock, and I can't do anything. I give all my money for bills. It still ain't enough. I don't have money for food. I got to put it on a credit card, which I got to pay back. All right. So again, eventually, once the system, once the people start saying, man, I can't make it here, and they're going to turn to crime. All right, again, which a lot of people already are. But with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory again unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone, and peace and safety to you brothers that push this truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.